Hello everyone, welcome to Premier Math. Today we are going to discuss some important math problems on simple interest based on previous year questions. We will be solving these questions using speed matrix. So let's start our session. Our first question is
the ratio of principal and its yearly amount is 8:9. What is the rate of simple interest per annum? We need per annum. Here you can see I invested 8 parts in the bank. After 1 year, I got 9 part. That means difference between 9 part and 8 part is 1 part, which is the interest I received after 1 year. Here you already know amount is equal to principal plus interest. Then interest is equal to amount minus principal. Now, if interest is 1 part, that means I got 1 part out of this initial amount 8 part. So 1 by 8 is the rate. 1 by 8 into 100 means it is 12.5%. So option B is your answer. That is, for example, if I invest 100 rupees in the bank, after 1 year, I got 112.5 rupees. That means difference between amount received after 1 year and amount invested initially is equal to 12.5 rupees. This 12.5 rupees I got from this 100 rupees. So, rate is equal to 12.5 rupees. Another example, if I invest 1000 rupees in a bank, after 1 year gap, I got 1125 rupees. Now, the difference between amount received after 1 year and the amount invested initially is equal to 125 rupees. This 125 rupees is the interest here. This interest 125 rupees I got from this initial amount 1000 rupees. If I convert it into percentage, 0 cancel, 12.5 is the rate here. So option B is your answer.
Ram deposited a certain sum of money in a bank at 12% per annum simple interest for 4 years and deposited equal amount in fixed deposited in a bank for 5 years at 15% per annum simple interest. If the difference in interest from two sources is rupees 1350, then the sum deposited in each case is, here he deposited equal amount in two different banks. And in one bank at a rate of 12% for 4 years. That means he deposited an amount of money in a bank for 12% rate for 4 years means he will receive 12 into 4, 48% interest after 4 years. Now, in another bank, he deposited equal amount for 5 years at a rate of 15%. So, 15% for 5 years is equal to 15 into 5, 75%. So after 5 years, he will get 75% simple interest. 75% simple interest. Now, the difference in interest from two sources is 1350. Here the difference between 75% and 48% is 27%, which is equal to 1350. Now, 7 into 5, 35. So, 27 goes 5 times in 135. That means 1% is 50, then 100%. That is the sum is 100%. Sum is equal to 50 into 100, 5000 rupees. So, option B is your answer. 100% means sum. The sum of rupees 1200 is lent to be paid back in 5 equal annual installments of rupees 264 each. The rate of interest per annum is, here principal is 1200 and amount paid back in 5 years is equal to 5 into 264. That means 1000 plus 300 plus 20. That is equal to 1320. That is the amount paid back in 5 years. Now the difference between amount and principal is equal to interest, which is equal to 120. Now you can see this 120 is 10% of 1200. So here interest for 5 years is equal to 120. That means rate for 5 years. Interest rate for 5 years is equal to 10% because 120 is equal to 10% of 1200. Now rate for 1 year, that is annual interest rate is equal to 10% by 5 which is equal to 2%. So option C is your answer. Rupees 800 amounts to rupees 920 in 3 years at simple interest. If the interest rate is increased by 3%, it would amount to how much? Here, we don't have to find out the current rate. If the current rate is R percentage, 800 rupees with the R percentage amounts to rupees 920 in 3 years. But here rate increased by 3%. That is, now the rate is R plus 3%. And this R plus 3% is for 3 years. That means we have to add this 3% for 3 years. That is 9% of this 800 to current amount. Here increment in rate for 3 years is equal to 3 into 3, 9%. And this 9% is for this 800 rupees. That is principal. Now, 00 and percentage get cancelled. 9 into 8 is equal to 72 rupees. So, this 72 rupees is the new interest added because of this 3% rate increment for 3 years. So, the new amount is equal to current amount is 920 and 72 rupees. New interest added is 72 rupees. So, total become 992. Option A is your answer. If you have difficulties in understanding this, here 800 is the principal and interest received for R percentage for 3 years is equal to 920. So, this is the current amount. Now, here increment in rate is equal to 3% for 3 years. Here already 3 years is written. So, R plus 3 is the new increment in rate for 3 years. That means here we need to add extra interest for this 3% for 3 years. That is, I will add this as extra as interest for 9%. Interest for 9%, which is equal to 920 plus interest for 9% is 9% of 800. So, which is equal to 920 plus 72, 992. So, option A is your answer.
A sum of rupees 4,000 is lent out in 2 parts. One at 8% simple interest and the other at 10% simple interest. If the annual interest is rupees 352, the sum lent at 8% is. Here, allocation is the best method for these types of problem. Total money is 4,000 and one part of 4,000 is lent at 8% and other part lent at 10%. So, one part lent at 8% and other part lent at 10%. Now, annual interest received is rupees 352. This 352 rupees received from this 8% and 10% sum. Now, 352, I should write it in percentage format because 8 and 10 in percentage format. So, 352 received from this total money 4,000 rupees. So, 352 out of 4,000 is how much percentage? 0 cancel. 4 goes 8 times in 35. Remaining 3, 32 by 4 is 8. So, 88 by 10 is equal to 8.8. So, this is 352 is 8.8% of 4,000. Now, this 8% and 10% constitute this 8.8%. Now, take the difference between 8 and 8.8%, which is equal to 0.8%. Now, take the difference between 10 and 8.8%, which is equal to 1.2%. This is the ratio of money lent at 8% and 10% respectively. Percentage cancel, point and point cancel, remaining is 12:8. Now, 4 goes 3 times in 12, 4 goes 2 times in 8. That means 3:2 is the ratio of sum of money lent at 8% and 10% respectively. Now we need to find sum lent at 8%. So sum lent at 8% is equal to 3 parts. 3 parts. So 3 out of total part is 3 plus 2, 5. And total money is 4,000. Now 3 by 5 of 4,000. 5 goes 8 times in 40. So 3 into 800 is 2400. So option C is your answer.